Mercury meets Scorpio, Scorpio sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Scorpios starting today, the 5th of October, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I'm reading with this Tarot Gassman, and I've already purified with this 4711 cologne. And I've also provided links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video on YouTube. And let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Scorpios. Wow, nice. Love a good Ace of Swords. I love a good Nine of Cups. And I don't love the Three of Swords, but that's okay. I know what's going on, I think. I'm going to open this up just to make sure I'm right. But, you know, you've done well, and you're doing well. And there's some doom casting that's going on. And I've noticed this happening to a lot of people lately when something good is happening. I just think it's normal, but it seems to be in the air right now. When things are going well, or you feel like things will be going well, the immediate thing is, uh-oh, when's the other shoe going to fall? Uh-oh, get ready, duck and cover, something bad's coming, incoming. And there's several reasons why that's not the best mode of operation. For one thing, it's not true. There is no necessity for something bad to follow something good. Also, it destroys the present moment. It destroys all your joy that you're supposed to be experiencing, trying to worry about whether it's going to last, or worry about if you're going to have some kind of painful experience to quote pay for it or rebalance things. And then lastly, you don't want to project stuff like that into the future because you don't want it as a self-fulfilling prophecy. There is no reason for anything bad to happen just because something good is happening. And you have to really decide that that's true and know that that's true, because that's just an old, stupid habit that we pick up, and we never seem to notice it and get rid of it. And then we get stuck in these cycles with whether or not you manifest something horrible in the future is, that's part of it. But really the worst part of it is it destroys all of the good that you're experiencing right now, worrying about the future. The Wheel card, the Three of Cups card, and the Pope card. And you know what it is, too, is so many of you are worried about that there's powers that are bigger than you that are going to somehow squelch all of your happiness, squelch your joy. And again, it doesn't have to be true. And even if it is true, that there are, authority figures or big, powerful things out there that have the power to do things that, to determine whether you're happy or not. Even if those things do exist, they're not bigger than spirit. They're not bigger than spirit. They're not bigger than the infinite. And the infinite doesn't want you to be unhappy. The infinite doesn't want you to be at the effect of powers that be. No, whatever you're worried about. Now, again, none of this is happening. This is all in your mind. None of this is happening. But in your mind, this well, no, this such and such can happen. And, it doesn't matter how happy I am here because of this beyond my control. Something beyond my control is going to destroy everything. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's not true. It's just not true. And you don't need to assume that you know what you're talking about. Get into the habit, Scorpio, of, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. Please let me be wrong about this. Don't let yourself get into, I know I'm right, because that is the recipe for self-fulfilling prophecy, because no matter what happens, you'll be able to fit it into that mold for yourself, just so that your ego can say, see, I was right. So we don't want your ego to be right. We don't want your ego to be right, because that's not what's happening. What's happening right now is everything good. Look how wonderful things are. There's so many things that you should celebrate, that you can celebrate. I don't want to should on you, but there's so many reasons for you to celebrate. There's so much good happening. This is a satisfying time in your life, and it's well deserved. You've come through a lot. You've done great things. You've made amazing choices, and the universe is really blessing you. And this is really supposed to be a time of expansion and victory for you. And when you let the ego poo-poo all of that and allow you to start, taking cover because, oh, I know something bad's coming, then it spoils it for you. The ego has done its job when you allow yourself to do that. So it's up to you to just be brave right now. And it takes a lot more courage to be happy in the face of whatever your ego is claiming is on its way than to go ahead and duck and cover. Because when you defend yourself against whatever you think is coming, you've destroyed your good. You've destroyed your happiness. It's gone. And then you've made yourself vulnerable. So get into today saying, no, I can lower my defenses because I know that the infinite's got me. I know the infinite has my back. I don't need to live my life defensively. I can move through my life being happy, joyous, and free because I am protected. And the infinite's got this. My infinite intelligence has got me. And as long as I keep my mind on that, I have nothing else to worry about. And I'm not going to this is you speaking still, I'm not going to rob myself of all of my joy just because my ego says something bad might happen. Or even if it says something bad will happen. Your ego has not got the power to predict the future. Your ego hasn't got power to do anything except for distract you from your happiness. That's the only thing it's got the power to do, is distract you. And if you say no thank you, then it's done. It's just like somebody left the radio on in the other room. There's just some noise. And the more you can focus on the voice inside of you that knows the truth, which is you're doing great, then when you focus on that voice, then the volume of that ego voice is turned way down to where you don't even hear it anymore. And that's what your job is. That's what your job is, not to protect yourself from some imagined yuck in the future. And just dissect it for a minute. Why do you think that you have to get ready for everything to be ruined? Well, probably, at least according to this reading, because the ego is convincing you that you don't deserve all this. You don't deserve to be happy. And if you're happy and if you're joyous and if good things are happening for you, you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing and you're going to get punished. I mean, it doesn't probably say it in those words, because if it did, you'd say, what? The what now? It wouldn't make any sense to you. But if you really look at it, that's the underlying energy. Who am I to be happy? Who am I? I don't belong in this. I don't belong in happiness. I don't belong in success. I don't belong in victory. No. And since I even had a little taste of that forbidden fruit of happiness, joy, and victory, I'm going to really get it by some power that's so big and so awful that I can't protect myself from it. So I just better go hide, or whatever it is, whatever your version of that is. And again, the ego doesn't want you to really, really think about this consciously, because if you really think about this consciously, it's so ridiculous that you'll stop, that you'll decide again. So it's just this sort of underlying current of, you shouldn't be happy, something bad's coming, get ready, right? So it's up to you to shut that down. Shut it down. Now, I do have 2 meditations that are indicated by this reading. This Wheel of Fortune, which is all of this wonderful expansion that's going on in your life. It's just fabulous. It's exactly what the universe wants for you. And if you want to listen to this Wheel of Fortune meditation, you can follow the link in the video description of this video on YouTube to find all of those tarot meditations. The one for the Wheel of Fortune is called Expanding Your Good. And expanding your good is really what's supposed to be happening. And I really feel the trepidation from you of, I don't want to go too good. I don't want to be too expanded because I think it's going to hurt. I think it's really gonna piss somebody off. Something bad's gonna happen, right? So I want you to lean into the expansion, lean into the success, lean into the joy, lean into the happiness. Be defiant, be audacious, right? And then the other one is the one for the Pope card, and that's overcoming feelings of powerlessness, because your ego is preparing you for powerlessness and loss and pain. It's preparing you for those things. And that's not what the universe is preparing you for. The universe is preparing you for victory, expansion, joy, and satisfaction. So the ego is saying, no, none of that. None of that. This is dangerous. danger, Will Robinson. You better pull back and not be too happy, or you're really going to pay for it later. Just recognize that for what it is and say thanks, but no thanks. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of that. I'm going to listen to nothing but the voice for the infinite. I know that it is the universe's will for me to be happy. And I care about the universe's will, not my ego's so-called will. And the ego doesn't even have enough power to have a will. It just has a naggingness to it, a nagging voice that tries to get you to not lean into the will of the universe for you. And right now, everything's so good, or it's supposed to be, and it can be. And that's what I want you to be, is leaning into the good and to the joy and the satisfaction, the triumph and the expansion of your good. Celebrate. There's so much to celebrate. And the ego goes, no celebrating. It's dangerous to celebrate. They might hear you, right? So just recognize that for what it is. It's all nonsense. And you can rise above it because you've got this sword here and you've got the universe on your side saying, nope, we got this. We got this. You're safe. You're protected. You're free. We want you happy, Scorpio. We want you successful. Don't listen to that silly voice within you. But again, it's up to you because you're free. You've got free will. You can think anything you want to think. So don't think about how things aren't working or could backfire on you. Instead, think about how things can work for you and continue to expand way far beyond your present circumstances. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I so appreciate you. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another 2-week reading, Scorpio. Until then, blessed be.